Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you can hear me loud and clear, please comment. Good morning. How are you doing today? I hope your week has been great. I hope your week has been great. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, drop a comment. Drop a comment if you can hear me. Also confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen. Good morning, good morning. It's another beautiful day. Feels good to have you in today's live stream. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. If there's any pair you want us to look at today, please drop it in the comment section. Let us know the instrument you plan trading today. Let us know in the comment section. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, Mr. Richard. Thanks for joining, Mr. Richard. It's been a while. How are you doing, Mr. Richard? It's been a while. Mr. Debayo, thank you for joining. Where are you trading today? Let me know in the comment section. And how has been your week? Thanks for joining. Okay. So let's start by looking at the calendar today. There's only one major news from Canada by 1:30 p.m. Core says will be released from Canada by 1:30 p.m. And the previous is 2.7. The forecast is 0.1, negative 0.1 for retail sales. The previous is 2.5, and the forecast is negative 0.4%. So they are expecting negative results. Negative. That's what they're expecting. So they're expecting a decrease. You can see expecting a decrease on for card. Okay, so if you're trading card pairs, you could wait for this news to be released. Okay, you could wait for news to be released before you place a trade on card pairs. That's my take on card pairs. Okay, so let's look at DXY. What do we have in DXY? Remember, we use the DXY to determine the strength of the dollar. It's very important that you know the strength of the dollar because the major currency pairs you're trading on the major currency pairs you're trading one currency against the dollar. So you need to know the strength of the dollar before you place a trade on those pairs. It's very important. If the dollar does not move, those pairs would range. If the dollar does not move, those pairs would range. Okay, so you need to ensure that you've been able to identify the trend on DXY before you execute a trade. So let's start with the daily time frame. So the daily time frame, you can see here we had an inverted hammer. So based on the pattern we have on DXY, you can say DXY is bullish at the moment. We can say DXY is bullish at the moment, considering this pattern we have on the daily time frame. This was an inverted hammer indicating change in trend, and the market is currently trading above. The market is currently trading above the high of this bearish candle. So it indicates that the dollar is gaining momentum, gaining bullish momentum. Okay, so let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see what's happening on 4 hour. So our interest is today's trend. Today's trend. What's the direction for today's market? Okay, what's the direction for today's market? You can see price broke out from this resistance, right, this morning. Yeah, this candlestick broke out from that resistance, which indicates more bullish momentum, right? So if we are to work with 4 hour time frame, I'm interested in the pattern of 4 hour time frame. Okay, so let's go down to 1 hour. So you can see what we have on 1 hour time frame. Okay, so the current 1 hour, you can see the last 1 hour candle that formed close below the low of this bullish candle. You can see we had a spine. What's it called? This is a shooting star. See this bullish shooting star. Bullish shooting star indicates a change of trend from bullish to bearish. Can you see that? And you can see that the market is trading below the low of this bullish candle. That tells me that there are more sellers in the market. So based on the 4-hour pattern and 1-hour time frame, DXY is bearish at the moment. DXY is bearish at the moment. So if DXY is bearish at the moment, we should be looking for buy opportunity on GU, AU, and NU. If DXY, it means dollar is weak. Okay, so the fact that the market is trading below the low of this shooting star indicates that there are sellers in the market. There are more supply, demand. Okay, now after the close of this candle, it is likely a fair value gap was created. It's likely a fair value gap was created, and that is the reason for this pullback, this bullish pullback. Let's just confirm that on lower time frame. Let's see 15 minutes. Okay, on 15 minutes time frame, let's go down to 5 minutes time frame. I'm sure a fair value gap was created. That is the reason for the pullback, this pullback. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to 1 minute. I think there's a fair value gap that was created on 1 minute time frame. That's the reason for this pullback. Let's just confirm. Let's see on 1 minute. Let's see on 1 minute. So on 1 minute, you can see we had a fair value gap here. This gap has been filled. You can see this fair value gap. This gap has been filled, and the market is currently trading below that fair value gap. So based on what we have on 1 hour, 15 minutes, 4 hour, DXY is bearish at the moment. Dollar is weak at the moment. So I will be looking at buys on GU, AU, NU, and EU. Let's go to the chart. So let's GU. You can see yesterday candle didn't close below the low. We had an hanging man, which is a bearish reversal pattern. We had an hanging man. We had a doji, and yesterday candle closed bearish, but it didn't close below the low of this inverted hanging man. It didn't close below it. Okay, so today let's see what's up for our time frame. So I think this candle, you can see what we have here. This is an hammer. This is an hammer on 4-hour time frame, and I think the hammer is sitting on you can see this support. Can you see this support level? The hammer candle is sitting on this support level. Okay, so and I think this bearish move was to clear liquidity residing at equal lows. This equal low is an area of liquidity. So this bearish move was to clear the liquidity residing at this relative equal low, and that's the above chip. So after the formation of this hammer on 4-hour time frame, let's go down to 1 hour. We want to ensure on 1 hour the market is trading above the high of this candle. Can you see this bearish candle, this last bearish candle before the doji and also before the hammer candle? You can see what we have on 1 hour time frame. This is an hammer candle. Can you see that? So this is a buy setup on GBPUSD on 1 hour time frame. So if we buy from this point, stop loss 20 pips, stop loss. So that's my take on GBPUSD. At the moment, GU is bullish. GU is bullish at the moment. Okay, my bias for GU is buy. It's a buy trade. Buy trade on GU. Up here is buy trade. If you're taking this trade with me, your stop loss should be 25 pips. Your stop loss, okay? You can use 20 pips as your stop loss, okay? 20 pips as your stop loss, and your TP should be 30 pips. Your TP should be 30 pips. Okay, 20 pips stop loss, TP should be 30 pips or 40 pips as your TP. Is that clear? Use 20 as a stop loss, 30 to 40 pips as TP. That's my take on GU. I just took a trade, set stop loss and TP. If you're taking the trade, please ensure you apply good risk and money management. Don't over leverage. Don't over leverage if you're taking the trade. Ensure you apply good risk and money management. It's very important. It's very important. Mr. Abraham, EU, okay. USD card, USD CHF, okay. EU, let's look at EU. If GU is bullish, you should expect a bullish trend also on EU. Both pairs are positively correlated. They are positively correlated. So let's see. Daily time frame tested this support area yesterday. You can see. So on 4 hours, see the pattern we have on 4 hour. Price is currently sitting at a support zone. Can you see that price is currently sitting at a support zone? And you can see the pattern that formed the previous 4 hour candle. You can see this is a spinning bottom indicating change in trend from bearish to bullish. And before we buy Euro USD, let's go down to 1 hour. What do we have on 1 hour? Okay, so you can 1 hour, you can see this candlestick pattern. This is a bullish reversal pattern. You can also see on 1 hour we had an AMA here. Can you see this? We had an AMA here on 1 hour time frame. So this is a buy setup. Can you see? This is a buy setup. Price tested this support area and there was a strong rejection. Can you see this? So this is a buy setup on EU. The market is currently trading above the high of this candle and also the candlestick closed above the high of this candle. That's the buy setup. You are considering buying Euro USD, your stop loss, set your stop loss using the low of this candle to about 20 pips and your TP between 20 to 30 pips. Okay, sorry, 30 to 40 pips. 30 to 40 pips. Your TP should be 20 to 40 pips. Today is Friday. We might not see much volatility in the market. Most Fridays, volatility is always low. Most Fridays, the volatility is always low. Okay, so you don't want to risk much. You don't want to risk much on Fridays. Okay, so take on Euro USD. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. USHF and USD card, few minutes. Okay, USD card. Let's start with the daily. Okay, so you can see how yesterday candle closed. This is a shooting star. Should we call this doji? Let's see. Okay, this is a doji. Yesterday candle closed as a doji, which indicates sell. Sell. That indicates sell. Okay, we have more supply than demand. So we should be considering selling USD card. Okay. Okay, so after the close of yesterday candle, it closed as a doji. Go down to 4 hour. On 4 hour, you can see what we had on 4 hour engulfing pattern. This is an engulfing pattern on 4 hour time frame, which indicates change in trend from bullish to bearish. You can see this is an engulfing pattern. Okay, and the previous 4 hour, as you can see, closed as a spinning top. The previous 4 hour candle, you can see closed as a spinning top. So let's go down to 1 hour. Let's see the pattern we have on 1 hour time frame. So you can see the pattern we had on 1 hour time frame. This is what a shooting star, engulfing candle. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, so I think this pullback, this buy was to fill this fair value gap. Okay, this fair value gap, but it It didn't fill it entirely, right? Price tested it, look at a candlestick pattern formed after price tested the fair value gap. Okay, so based on what we have on 1 hour time frame and 4 hour, I think USD card is set for sell. Let's see what's happening on 15 minutes. So my bias for USD card is bearish. You can see the pattern we have on USD. So USD card is likely going to come clear the liquidity residing at this previous lows. That's my expectation on USD card. That's my expectation on USD card. That's my expectation on USD card. Back to 1 hour. Okay, if you want to sell USD card, you could wait for a sell candle to close below the low of this shooting star. Okay, you could wait for a bearish candle to close below the low of this shooting star before you sell. Okay, 1.4329. Wait for 1 hour candle to close below it before you take a sell trade on USD card. My bias for USD card today is bearish. It is bearish. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay, let's look at Mr. Joseph said, okay, GJ. Let's look at GJ. GJ, my bias for GJ. Minutes. My bias for GJ is buy. You can see how yesterday candle closed. You can see it closed as an hammer. Yesterday candle closed as an hammer, and you can see that hammer is sitting on a support level. Can you see that? The hammer, you can see, is sitting at a key support level or a demand area. And you can see the pattern that formed. This is an hammer yesterday. So after the close of yesterday, go down to lower time frame. Let's see the pattern that formed on 4 hour time frame. So you can see the pattern we had here. We had an hammer. This candle engulfed this hammer. You can see it closed above the high of this candle. You can see, so this would have been a good entry for GJ. This would have been a good entry for GJ. So you might want to wait for price to pull back to this level before you buy. Okay, but GJ is bullish. Considering the daily and 4 hour pattern, it is bullish. It is bullish. Look for buy opportunity on GJ. That's my take on GJ. So we had a fair value gap here. Probably price wants to come back and fill this fair value gap before going bullish. So it has filled it this morning. This fair value gap has been filled this morning. It wants to test that level, that area again before going. That's my take on GJ. Okay, GJ is likely going to come fill this fair value gap that was created here. That's my expectation on GJ. It's likely going to come fill this fair value gap. So if you are considering selling, you should wait for price to fill this fair value gap before going bearish. If you want to buy, wait for price to fill this fair value gap, then you buy to this zone. Is that clear? Is that clear? So let's look at gold. Let's start with the daily. So I think gold is still bullish. Gold is still bullish because though yesterday candle closed as a spinning top, it closed as a spinning top. The fact that it didn't close below the low of that was Wednesday candle, you can see it didn't close below the low of Wednesday candle. It indicates that there are still more buyers in the market. Okay, there are still more buyers in the market. So my bias on gold is still bullish. It's still bullish. Bias on gold is still bullish. Okay. So let's see what we have on 4 hour. On 4 hour, okay, so if the current 4-hour closes bullish, if the current 4-hour closes bullish, that will be the right time to buy gold. If it closes bullish, you can see currently at a support zone on gold. You can see price tested this support zone and there was strong rejection from that zone. Let's see 1 hour. So my bias on gold still remains bullish. It still remains bullish. You can see the pattern we have 1 hour time frame. You see this is an hammer. The next candle closed as an inverted hammer. Hammer, inverted hammer. Strong indication that we have more demand than supply. We have more buyers than sellers. So if I'm to take any risk on gold today, it will be a buy and not a sell. It will be a buy and not a sell. That's my take on. That's my take on gold. Few minutes, please. A few minutes. Let's start with the daily. Okay, so this is what we have on USD As you can see, price is currently at a resistance level. You can see price just tested its resistance level. And you see this, okay, price just tested its resistance level. So let's go down to 4-hour time frame. You can see the pattern we have on 4-hour time frame. This is a sell setup. This is a sell setup on USD JPY. The previous candle closed as a spinning top. You can see, and I think price was used to fill this fair value, this pullback, this fair value gap. Okay, let's go down to 1 hour. See this fair value gap. So the pullback, I think, was to fill this fair value gap. Okay, this fair value gap, you can see. So that's achieved, and you can see the pattern we have on 1 hour. We had an hanging man here, and the next candle closed bearish. This is a sell setup on JP. This is a sell setup. You can see, so there's a high probability JPY would come fill this gap. Okay, it's likely going to fill this fair value gap. That's my take on USD JPY. It's a sell setup. It's a sell for USD JPY. It's a sell. This will be the first target, and it's most likely they would come for the lows. The liquidity residing at these lows. These are areas of liquidity. All these lows. You can see all these lows are areas of liquidity. So they are likely going to come for this low and also this low. That's my take on USD JPY. I hope that is clear. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Australian dollar USD. I think we've analyzed Australian dollar USD. If GU is bullish, we should expect bull run on GPP, on Australian dollar USD also. Both are positively correlated. So let's start with the daily time frame. Both are positively correlated. If you are buying GU, you should also be considering buying Australian dollar USD. Okay, so let's start with daily. So you can see price tested the support area yesterday. Let's see. Price tested this support area yesterday and there's a rejection from that area. So let's go down to 4 hour. If we're able to identify a on 4 hour, then we should consider buying Australian dollar USD. So let's go down to 4 hour. What do we have on 4 hour? So you can see yesterday candle. You can see this looks like an armor, right? And this armor formed at a key. You can see this support zone, a key support zone. This, I think, a fair value gap was created. Let's see on 1 hour, 15 minutes time frame. You can see a fair value gap was created at this level, and I think that is the reason for this pullback. Fair value gap was created. Let's see 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Can you see this fair value gap that was created here? That could be the reason for the pullback. Can you see this fair value gap? We also had another fair value gap here. Can you see above this one? So that could be the reason for the pullback. Let's see, let's go forward. So you can see price tested the fair value gap. You can see price tested the fair value gap, and you can see the pattern that formed. Can you see the pattern that formed? This is a doji. So that's an indication that there are more buys than sells. There are more buys than sells. So my take on A for today's market is buy. Buy. I'm bullish on Australian dollar USD. Okay, it's likely price will come fill these fair value gaps. Okay, these fair value gaps at premium area. Okay, if you apply your Fibonacci from this swing low, swing high to swing low, price is currently at a discount. You want to see price pull back to premium area before you sell. You cannot sell at a discount area. You wait for price to pull back to a premium area, which is above level 50, before you consider selling. So Australian dollar USD is bullish based on the candlestick pattern on the daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour time frame. I hope that is clear, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Richard. Any question? Any question? Do you have any question? Do you have any question? If you're on this live stream and you need to open an account with Oran Market, please do that today so that you can have access to free signals. Fund your trading account with a minimum of $200 and you would have access to free signals. Okay? To have access to free signals, exact entry and exit price, register and fund your trading account with $100 minimum to have access to free signals. Do that at oranmarket.com. As you can see on my screen, oranmarket.com. Any question? Do you have any question? Do you have any question? USD JPY. I said my bias on USD JPY is sell. What is it you didn't get, Mr. Raphael? Was it that your network went off, or what is it that you didn't get, Mr. Raphael? I said my bias is sell, sell. My take on USD JPY is sell. Okay, it's a sell. It's a sell. You can see the pattern. This is 1 hour time frame. We had an angry man, and this is an engulfing candle. You can see that this bearish candle engulfed the angry man, and it's also closed below the low of this bullish candle. So what we have is an engulfing pattern. You go to 4 hour, we had a spinning top on 4 hour time frame. Like I said, this bullish move was to fill the fair value gap on this 4 hour time frame. This fair value gap, this placement was used to fill this fair value gap. So we now have a spinning top on 4 hour time frame, which indicates change in trend from bullish to bearish. So my take is sell on USD JPY. Is that clear, Mr. Raphael? Is that clear, Mr. Raphael? Do you have any question? Is there any other instrument you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. All right, all right. Do you have any question? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Any question? Any question? All right, I guess there are no questions. So that will be all for this session. I wish you all a profitable trading day. Ensure you apply good risk and money management. Ensure you plan the trade and you trade the plan. Don't trade against your rules or your plans. Okay, it's very important that you stick to trading plans. You have to be very disciplined to earn consistently in this market. Okay, treat it as a business. Don't approach the market with a get rich quick mindset. You're going to blow money, you're going to lose money. Treat it as a business. Trading is business, it is not gambling. If you gamble, you lose money. Gamblers don't win in this game. Treat it as a business. Okay, you should have a trading plan, you should have a trading strategy. Trading plan and a trading strategy. All right, guys. I wish you all a great day. Bye for now.